The Talk Shop takes downtown Laramie in today with Union Home Mortgage. Dan Pasman. Credit tips have been our conversation on Tuesdays. What do you have for us today at 208 Grand Avenue in historic downtown Laramie?
We've talked a lot about different things in credits and credit scores, and things like in getting things going. A big part of I think where we're at, and going right now is that where once you get your credit scores in shape, what are you going to do with your credit scores once it's in shape, and what you can do with it? I think right now we're getting in prime house buying season. People get their tax returns back. This is a great time to look down, paying your debt down. But different things. If you want to start looking at real estate, once your credit score gets into place, main thing is I would tell everyone is talk to a professional, see what you can afford, seeing where your debt to income ratios are, seeing what your credit score is rebounded to, taking a look at there. Typically professionals are going to need to see the most current pay stubs that you have, 2024, 2025 W-2s, last two bank statements are the most common pieces of information we're going to need. And from there, we can take a look at your debt to income ratio, we can pull the credit, and we can look at terms of what we believe you can qualify for on there. We can look at your other credit card debts, we can look at make sure all of that falls in line, and make sure that see what kind of programs you will qualify for. Now, conventionally, typically you have to have at least a 620 or higher credit score, a debt to income ratio of no more than 45 to 50%. FHA loans, you're going to have, typically a lot of lenders like to see 620 or higher. Some lenders will go down to 580 and some will go to 520. Now you get the big kick with FHA is you get below a 580 credit score, you have to have a 10% down payment. So they can take a look at what you qualify for there. The one that the loan program I kind of failed to talk about the last time we got together was the VA loans. If you're a veteran, the nice thing about being a veteran is you were given the benefit of a VA home loan. VA is 100% financing on the house. There is no monthly mortgage insurance. If you're not a disabled, at least a 10% disabled veteran, there's an upfront funding fee that's financed in the loan. But if you're a 10% or more disabled veteran, the funding fee is waived, so you get a 100% loan with no mortgage insurance on it. So especially if you're a veteran, take a look at that option for you and figure out, kind of what that might work for you on it.
That's an incredible opportunity for veterans.
Yeah. Nice thing about it is too is the debt to income ratios are, very liberal on that in terms of you can go up to a 55% debt to income ratio typically on those types of things. It really helps veterans get into homes, and especially folks that may have a fairly large disability income that comes through it, but may be back here going to school. There's different things looking at qualifying them to get them in the house, be homeowners, and start building equity while they may be readjusting their lives.
You're talking about it being home buying season. What tips do you have for people as they prepare? Pre-qualification really is some of that best preparation, isn't it? Going through the steps and actually getting to a place where you're prepared to make that offer.
Absolutely.
Makes for that. That's the real deal.
Yes, the pre-qualification is everything you also hear referred to as a pre-approval, because that gets your boundaries set on things. It gets your boundaries set to what you can afford, what your payments are going to look like. You get an idea of what interest rates may look like, so you get an idea of what you might be comfortable buying. There's important things I think folks need to look at with the pre-approvals as well. One common one I run into is student loans. You'll have people that have student loans that are in deferment, and things like that. But I don't make a payment. What's my payment going to be? I have some tools and guidances I'm given from the agency to come up with what potential payments and things like that to still figure out what they may qualify for. And the big thing is, because we've talked about a lot about debt to income ratios. There's a lot of it too. I can tell you can afford one thing, but you may not be comfortable with that number. You may be comfortable with some lower, depending on what your lifestyle is. And the easy one, as I've mentioned before, is medical costs. If you got especially like a diabetic in the family or things like that, your medical costs are higher. What I may tell you can afford isn't going to apply, or it's not going to apply really quick.
Very good. Union Home Mortgage in historic downtown Laramie. We're at 208 Grand Avenue. Dan, how long have you been in the mortgage industry?
I've been in 19 years. 19 years as of December the 1st, so going on 20. I started in December of 06, and the jumbo market disappeared that June. So the recession and the meltdown was already in progress. So I started in this business right before the recession. So I've seen everything kind of come and go, and I've seen the pendulum swing both ways on things in my going on 20 years in this business. It's been an interesting ride. It's a great ride. It's a great way to help people, because the fact is that people that can achieve home ownership, their family net worths are always going to be higher, and it's a great stability tool for families to be able to own a home. So it's nice to be able to do that.
Each week, Dan Pasman and Union Home Mortgage come in and be a part of the Talk Shop. Today, we entered Dan's office in historic downtown Laramie. What else did you have prepared for us, if anything, today?
Well, I would just right now I'd reiterate, some families, the largest cash injection they get every year is tax returns. And we're right in the middle of tax return season. So there are a lot of programs out there that minimize down payments to just basically to having a very low borrower contribution program. So if you're in rates are down a little bit, and things are looking more affordable. And so if you've never owned a home, think you might want to change homes, whatever, it's that time of year to take a look at it.
We appreciate your time. Dan Pasman, Union Home Mortgage, today on the Talk Shop.